Hi guys, my name is Sam. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you my February TBR. As always, let's go over my January TBR and see how I did. For prompt number 1, we got 12 by 12, which was my 12 recommendations for the year, and for that I picked Rewrite Our Story by Kat Singleton, and I did read this one. Then we got Another Person's TBR, and for that I picked The Writing Retreat by Julia Bartz, which I have not read yet, but I do have a live show coming up, so this one will get read by the end of the month. Then we got Goodreads Choice Awards, and for that I picked Wildfire by Hannah Grace, which I did read. Then we got Dice Roll, and for Dice Roll we got 1, so we had to pick a book with a 1-word title. For that I picked Nemesis by Soraya, and I'm 50% of the way through. Like I said, I have a couple days left in the month, so I do think this one will be finished as well. Last but not least, we had a punishment where we had to pick a random prompt and pick another book for that prompt, and we ended up getting 12 by 12 again. So for that I picked Unsteady by Peyton Corinne, and I did read this one as well. So I am calling this a win, and I will be spinning the rewards wheel. In the off chance that I don't finish the 2 books, next month's TBR will have an extra spin added to it, whether I win or not. So if I win, I still will spin the rewards wheel, but I'll have to do 6 spins. If I lose, then I'll do the extra spin plus the punishment wheel. And then we also have whatever is going to be happening for my TBR tournament, which could potentially add another roll as well. Let's go ahead and get to the reward and see what I will be getting for that. Okay, so this one is spin again on a prompt that I don't want. And I'm actually pretty happy with that because I have a lot of reads that are already pre-picked because of the RomcomSwoonathon, which will have its own separate TBR video. So there are a lot of prompts on my wheel that I don't want because they essentially pick the book for me, but I have already a set TBR. So this could potentially work out in my favor if I get a prompt that I don't think I can make work for the RomcomSwoonathon. So I'll keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and start the screen recording for our TBR for February. Spin number 1. I get this every single month, but for spin number 1, we got Another Booktuber's TBR, and I'm gonna slot in Real by Kennedy Ryan. I don't know too much about this except for it is a workplace romance with disability rep. They're on the set of a movie, and it is the book club book of the month for the Swoonie readers. I'm slotting this in there because of that, as well as the fact that it is completing a lot of the prompts for the RomcomSwoonathon, as you'll see in that TBR when it comes out. So I'm glad to have this on here because it is a high priority read for me this month. Let's move on to spin number 2. Dice roll again. So I cut the cameras off so that I could go get my pack of dice because I feel like using the dice generator, I get a lot of the same numbers every time, so I'm gonna try this way instead. I picked the 6-sided dice because I feel like 8 might be too much for me to try to find a book with 8 words in the title. So let's go ahead and roll this. Hopefully this little ass tray doesn't hinder the dice, and let's see what we get. Okay, so I got a 6. So let me go ahead and see if I find something that was already on my radar with a 6-word title. Okay, so this was not on my radar. I didn't have anything with a 6-word title on my radar, but it is short, so I'm hoping that this will be a good pick for this because even though it's not something I wanted to read for the readathon, it's a short book. So hopefully that will help me in that case. And so I picked 16 Ways to Break a Heart by Laura Strasnick. Also picked it because it is on my These Books Will Self-Destruct, so that'll help me get that list down as well. And I believe this is just a series of letters from the girlfriend or the boyfriend, whichever one, about how they broke their heart. Yeah, okay, so it says that the boyfriend Dan is reading 16 letters that Natalie has secretly placed around the town, I guess, where only he will find them, about her version of their love story. I have tried to pick this up multiple times and never got around to it, so I hope that this will finally come off of my physical TBR. Spin number 3, hopefully we get something or a prompt that we haven't got before. A pet pig. Okay, this is fun. So this one works in my favor because I get to choose what she's choosing from. So I will be choosing books that are already on my radar, but let's see what she makes a priority for me. Okay, these are the 3 books I'm gonna have my dog choose from: My Dark Romeo, Flock, and That Kind of Guy. All books I want to read for the RomcomSwoonathon. Go, Cece, go. Come on. Go. Go pick one. Look, there's treats on them. Pick one. My phone died as soon as she picked, but she did pick Flock by Kate Stewart, so this is officially going on the TBR. Spin number 4. Random number. This one kind of sucks because it's a random number book on my TBR, so I think I'm going to use my spin again on this prompt. So let's go ahead and spin again for spin number 4. Okay, highest rated on my TBR. Another one that doesn't leave me much choice, but I already used my spin again. So let's see what's my highest rated as of right now on my physical TBR, and hope it's not A Court of Silver Flame. So the first book that is the highest rated on my TBR is A Court of Silver Flame. I desperately don't want to read this month. And this is giving might not complete this TBR because I am trying to black out the bingo board for RomcomSwoonathon, and this book is massive. Let me go get it so we can talk about it a little bit. And oh my god, I'm devastated. I would love to know how it would have played out had I kept the random number for my TBR. Definitely wouldn't have had a book this big, at least I think not, because this is the only one this big, and the chances of me getting that from that prompt as well are very slim. But we make do with what we have. So this is the 5th and final book, technically the 4th because one is a novella, but 5th and final book in the ACOTAR series. I don't want to say I'm not excited. I just didn't expect to have to pick this up this month. Like, come on now. But I guess I'm excited-ish to get back into the world and to finish off a series, honestly. If I can get around to it, that would be great. So yeah, this is what we picked for the 4th book. So let's get into our 5th and final spin, unless we get a prompt we already got. Random year. I will not be sabotaging myself, so I'm putting the starting year as I'm gonna bump it to 2016 just because I'm not really sure what books I have on what year the books I have on my radar came out, but I feel like that's a good enough range. So let's go ahead and generate 2017. So let me go check my list and see what I can pick for this. None of the books that I had on my radar were published in 2017, so I just checked my physical shelves with Goodreads, and I had a couple options. They all sucked, to be honest, but I decided to go with Because You Love to Hate Me, which is a collection of anthologies from best-selling authors and booktubers who co-wrote twists on Disney villains. I really only chose this because it's anthology, so I'm hoping that having a story here and there will help me get through it. But this is looking like a TBR that I'm definitely going to fail. There's essentially no books that I planned and or wanted to read on here besides Real and the one that my dog chose that I don't know what it is as of yet, but obviously it's going to be one that I wanted to get on here. But yeah, I'm scared. This is definitely the TBR from hell. It did not help me out at all for the RomcomSwoonathon. But if you're interested to see what I plan on reading for that, stay tuned for my next video, because that will have everything that I want to read for those prompts, and essentially recommendations for you guys for the prompts as well. And if you don't know what RomcomSwoonathon is, I'll be linking all the information down below as well. Wish me luck, guys, because yeah, I'm not very hopeful. Let me know if you guys have read any of these books and what you thought about them. If not, let me know what you guys plan on reading in February. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.